CEO at Crystol Energy, and joins us now live. Carole, a very good morning to you, and thanks for joining us today. If I could first start our conversation with the price reaction here. Of course, increased tensions over the Middle East, but the prices are more focused in on the demand or lack thereof coming through from the biggest importer being China.
Good morning. Well, indeed, it feels as if oil markets have opened a new chapter whereby geopolitics don't seem to matter anymore as they used to do perhaps 10, 15, 20 years ago, especially when it comes to developments in the Middle East, when any small dispute or any small instability would send prices soaring. But today we feel that the market is ignoring those developments. But there are different reasons for it. But it remains that oil prices are determined by market fundamentals. And today, if we look at market fundamentals, yes, demand is relatively healthy, but it's not really booming, especially from China because of the economic troubles, the structural economic problems that are not going to dissipate anytime soon. And on the supply side, we saw a lot of supply coming from outside OPEC Plus, led by the US. So this kind of mutes the geopolitical impact, especially when they did not result, and they haven't resulted, and unlikely maybe to result under the current circumstances, in supply disruptions, in addition to having plentiful of spare capacity in the system. So this explains why we are at these price levels, despite the geopolitical tensions, not only in the Middle East. Think of Ukraine, ongoing war in Ukraine. Think also of sanctions on Iran still in place. Think of the Houthis and the Israelis also not long time ago traded some blows, and the problems in the Red Sea. So on balance, the market fundamentals are justifying the prices that we are seeing today.
What would it take for prices to continue to rise or see some upward pressure? Would it be the chance or impact of further escalation? Because Israeli officials have already said they want to avoid an all-out war. Now we're just waiting for Prime Minister Netanyahu to decide on his manner and timing of any retaliation in Lebanon.
Look, if you're living in Lebanon, you would have considered that what's happening is more or less like business as usual. We are very, very familiar with this kind of tensions between Hezbollah and Israel. As holiday season in Lebanon, you still find the beaches full. So the risk of retaliation, escalation to a much wider ground military action seems to be, while it is higher, it seems to be not quite there yet. And I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And I really hope I am right from that perspective. So we would expect the daily skirmishes between Hezbollah and Israel maybe to escalate, and there might be some assassination or some more targeted attacks. But unless that escalation lead to some serious disruptions to oil supplies, then I don't think we're going to see major impact on oil markets. There's always the risk of price spikes because it depends on which players are involved. If Iran is going to step in again and causes some disruptions, but it's unlikely to be a lasting impact if we don't have supply disruptions.